Today we're discussing best practices as it relates to discovery. Creator IQ has about 17 million social profiles in our database. We're going to talk about how you can use the tools at your disposal to find the perfect influencer. Let's begin with the navigation search bar up here. You can type in pretty much anything you're looking to search, and this will help you populate a result. You can use the search bar to search for a handle, a creator name, or even a topic or a category that is of interest to you. Next, you'll notice that there are two additional options here. One is the creator search, and this dives into the creator's bio, some of the topics or interest categories that they often cover, and then the creator's name. Then you have the content category. So this looks at the actual content that the creator is posting. Then you have some additional options like the social search category, where you can look at the actual metrics associated with these creators, like connections and engagement rate across different platforms. You can also look at the content that they're posting. So the topics that are available to you here are also available here. These are predetermined for you by our team. You also have the option to dive into the creator's audience and break it down by location, age, gender, and ethnicity and their affinities. And then lastly, you have the creator search if you are looking for a creator in a specific gender, age, location, language, etc. Let's go back to the search bar and play through a live example. For example, I'm looking for a fashion influencer, right? So I can type in fashion here, and you'll notice that it's giving me a couple options. It's asking me if I'm talking about a specific creator or if I'm talking about specific category or topic that I want to cover. So you can select the fashion topic, and then it'll run that search for you. I want to show you how this is different from the content search. So right now it's defaulting to the creator search. This is a really great place for you to start. And one of the key things that I like to tell my clients is that discovery is not an exact science, it's an art. So please get as creative as you possibly can with discovery, because it's going to yield a different result each time, and you'll be left with different pools of influencers to choose from. So definitely test it out. There is no wrong answers here. So let's see how the creator search is different from the content search. Now you'll see as soon as I select the content search as the default, we will populate a column called matched posts. What this means is we are looking at all of the content that these creators have posted and identifying places where they may have mentioned this in their content. Now, if I were to click into this number, it actually means that this creator has mentioned fashion in 1,800 posts, and this is their actual feed. Now, you have a lot of options here in terms of filtering. So oftentimes we'll have clients that want to understand which other brands this creator may have worked with in the past, or if they're currently working with any of their competitors. So using the timeline, the social timeline, which is right where we are right now, and typing that brand name in here, or anything that you might be curious about, you can use the search functionality, and it's very helpful. You can also dive into specific content types. So if this creator had also posted video, you'd be able to break that down. Additionally, you can look at specific time periods if you're tracking for a specific range. So the match post is just a really great way to get a quick look at whether this creator is just an aesthetic match for you or not. Now, in most cases, you're probably going to have more than one parameter that you're looking to fill, which is where your advanced search comes in and is very handy. So let's take this example one step forward and say, I'm looking for a fashion influencer that is also based in New York. So in this situation, you'll have to use a combination of your content search along with one other. Now, I recommend using the creator bio search, which actually scans the creator's Instagram bio. This is a really great functionality to use when you're looking for a specific location, because that's information that the creator is disclosing themselves. Or if you're looking for kind of identifying factors, right? So whether you're looking for doctors or nurses or specific subject matter experts, moms to be, brides to be, all of those kind of like items that a creator might tell you themselves, the creator bio search is just a very powerful tool to use. So let's say I'm going to say I'm looking for a fashion influencer. Another quick tip here is that the more keywords you give into the search options, the larger your pool of influencers is going to be. So I could say fashion, and perhaps I want to also say fashion blogger. Now, just one small thing to note is if you're looking to search a phrase of words, like fashion blogger is 2 words, you'll want to put that in quotation marks so the system knows that it's one entity. So fashion blogger. And then I can do the location-based search in the creator bio search. So I'm going to say New York. Some influencers also say Big Apple, so you could type that in. Get creative. Get as creative as you can with the keywords and that you're plugging in, because that's going to yield more results. And now I'm going to run a search. Now you'll see that the advanced search has taken all that information that I just put in and plugged it in here into the search column here. So now I have about 4,500 influencers to play around with. This is still quite a large list, and I definitely want to bring that down to a workable number. So at this point, I'm going to apply some metrics or number filters, right? This is really a great call out because I've found a lot of success in just quite obviously taking out anybody that might not be a good fit. Now, the first thing you'll want to do is select your platform. So for this demo, I'm going to be focusing on Instagram. You can use one of the predetermined values that we've already set up for engagement rate, but if you have a specific benchmark, by all means, you can type in an exact value, which is what I'm going to do. And then you can take it one step further. If you have specific requirements for following as well, you can select that as also in here. So I'm going to say 100,000 to 500,000. And this is going to give me a pretty good or a pretty workable number to work with at this point. There's some other options too. If you want to break this down even further, you could perhaps apply a audience location filter or age or gender filter as well. So if I selected age range between this 25 to 34, you can toggle this number up or down depending on what your requirement is. What I usually like to say is start small, and then if you still end up with a large list, you can always up your your requirements too. So if you apply those, all of those will run. Now, at this point, you really want to start diving into the influencers that you've kind of come upon. So I'm going to hop into, let's see here. I'm going to hop into right here. All right, so I'm going to hop into this account. Now, once you've identified the influencers themselves, you'll want to look at some key metrics. So here, if you click into their account, you're able to look at some of the most recent content that they've posted. You can also go into other platforms by using this drop down. You can look at some of their key metrics. One thing to point out here is the timestamp. So we have it so that this updates and you're looking at the most recent and updated data. So this is a good number to look at just to make sure that you're looking at the most updated numbers. You can look at some audience information as well. If this is, if you're looking to do a bit of a deeper dive too, you can dive into the full audience data information, and this gives you just a lot more information available here. The next one is the most important, is the similar creators tab. So especially when you're working on a time crunch, this is a really really great call out, because here we're recommending influencers that we think are similar to the person that you're looking at based on the content that they're posting. So if you're on the go and you want to look at other influencers that are similar, definitely check out this tab. And then there's a couple other options too. We highlight brands and hashtags that the creator is frequently mentioning, growth history, so you can look at kind of the last 6 months, what's happened and where we expect this creator to be in the next couple months, and then just some general profile information as well. If you wanted to look at the next creator on this list, you would just hit the next button and it'll bring you to the next influencer here. Apart from that, there is just one other thing that I would like to call out, which is the recent searches and the saved searches. So this search that we just ran, you might come upon instances where you may run certain searches and you end up with just really fantastic results. So you can definitely go back to those and select these. And if you wanted to, even you could save them, and those live here. So you always have the option to revisit them. I think that's about it as it relates to discovery. I hope that this demo was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our support team at support@creatoriq.com. You can also reach out to your customer success lead. Thank you.